Hello and good afternoon. It is August 18th, 2023, and you are listening to the Kanawha Valley Hustlers podcast. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're having a great weekend. Everything's going well. Kanawha County Schools started up this morning. You probably ran into some of that school traffic, but hey, that's okay. That's all part of life, right? Next week, school gets started live, and it's going to be a great time. All right, I want to welcome you all to the podcast today, and I want to remind you that I will be doing a presentation here in a few weeks with Up Next Charlie West, and that is going to be the inoculation against agency BS. That's kind of some fundamental marketing strategy information that I like to give everybody. There's lots of firms out there, especially national firms, that are real quick to take your money, but they don't really deliver, or maybe they do deliver, but you don't have the infrastructure in place to understand exactly what you're getting for your media buys. So there's some really fundamental things that you can have in place to be able to make sure that you're able to take full advantage of any kind of ad buys or media buys, and that's what I talk about in the inoculation against agency BS presentation. Some basic marketing strategy I want to make sure every hustler out there has. With all of that said, I want to welcome to the show today. I've got a great guest, and he is coming to me live from the Capitol, and his name is Will Miller. He is the Deputy Director of the West Virginia SBDC, which stands for Small Business Development Center, and I want to say, Will, what's your hustle, buddy?
Hey, thanks for having me. My hustle is everybody else's hustle. That's what we do. We help small businesses and people who want to start businesses. So we love to see other people's passion about their business.
So tell me a little bit about, you say you like to see other people's passion. Tell me about some of the businesses that you've helped out, just to kind of give everybody an idea. I mean, are you helping out startups like Silicon Valley startups, or are you helping out, people doing construction, or is it everything?
It's a little bit of everything. Of course, everyone wants to find the next Facebook, but personally, when I was coaching, I worked with everything from a woman who did dollhouse furniture to people who had a rock quarry and made industrial hoses. So as long as it's legal and you've got 500 or fewer employees, we can help you.
Awesome. So 500 and fewer. And just to kind of take a step back, let's kind of take a step back. What is the SBDC? I know you work for the West Virginia SBDC. Does that mean it's a larger organization?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So there's about 60 SBDCs all around the country. And their whole purpose is the same as our purpose, is to help people who have small businesses run their business, start a business, grow their business, and sometimes even sell their business. So the SBDC for West Virginia covers all 55 counties. We have 18 coaches who do exactly that. They coach business owners and people who want to start up. And the best part is it's $8, so it's completely no cost to you.
Oh, okay. So if somebody needed a little help either starting a business, or maybe they've already got an established business, but maybe they're struggling, they're not sure if they're doing the right thing, they're not sure if they have all the legal structure, maybe they need financing, or any of these types of small business services, that's a service that's provided by the state of West Virginia through the SBDC. Is that right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The only thing we ask you to do is that you fill out a little bit of paperwork that says that we're working together. And that paperwork also has a confidentiality statement. So anything we talk about, because when people talk about their business, it's pretty private stuff, but all that stays completely between you and the coach. We don't share that information with anybody.
Awesome. And when you say coaching, do you mean coaching like, cheering people on and, giving them a pat on the back and attaboys, or are you talking about coaching like telling them business steps that they need to do, legal steps that they need to do, structural things that they need to do?
It's all case by case basis. A lot of it is educating the clients. Some of it's just encouragement. I had clients who come in and once a quarter just to run my ideas by me, just to have an extra set of ears and eyes, hear things. And some people really need some real hand holding and step by step instruction. And just like any good coach, sometimes you have to tell them stuff they don't want to hear. So,
I know that's a big deal. A lot of people, they miss that, but a lot of people, their friends and family will tell them exactly what they need to hear, and sometimes they need somebody to tell them the truth, which might
mm,
not be what they need to hear, right? Or what they want to hear.
or what they want to hear, but sometimes it's really good, especially to keep them out of trouble, and to keep them from making pitfalls that we've seen other businesses do. So that's the beauty of our coaching staff, is that they have decades of experience working with all sorts of businesses, from one person shops to big industrial complexes that have a couple hundred people. We've seen not everything, because they always surprise us, but we've seen a lot.
Well, I tell people all the time, the odds are, you're not reinventing the wheel. Whatever challenge you're
Mhm.
running up against, somebody else has probably ran up against the same challenge, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You know, whether you're wanting to start a coffee shop, or you want to do, massage therapy, any kind of service-based business, if a lot of the pitfalls are the same. So we've seen a lot of it.
And I imagine one of the more common ones is probably like dealing with employees, when to fit.
Hmm.
One of the biggest problems I always talk to people is that figuring out when it's time to hire that first employee. That's usually a pretty big step, isn't it?
That is a big step, and there's a lot that goes into hiring that first employee. And luckily, we've been through that a lot, so we know exactly how to help you through the process.
Right? You're probably going to help
Um,
out
you
better
know,
than a Google search, right?
yeah, a little better than a Google search. Always do your research, but we also have some research tools of our own that we can help out with, especially if you're getting into an industry you don't know that well. We have a lot of market research tools that we can use to kind of give you an idea of what to expect within reason.
That's great. And I know that the SBDC doesn't provide things like financing, but you guys can help point people in the right direction when it comes to something like that, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Unfortunately, we don't have any funds to lend or grant. I wish we did, but a
But if
lot of what we
somebody
do,
needed to buy a truck or a lift or some specific piece of equipment, set of tools, I know specialized tools can be very expensive, and a lot of
oh
times
yeah.
people need to finance those. You would be able to help them, build a business plan and bring the documentation to the bank and that type of thing.
Hmm. Oh yeah, we do a lot of that, and we work with a lot of different lenders, whether it be small banks, big banks, the SBA, even some micro funds, and we help you get ready to go to them to try to get the money you need for that expansion, for those tools, for a new building, to buy a new truck.
And I know people have a hard time accepting this sometimes, but there's a big difference between having a business idea and a business plan, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. An idea is great, and you need that idea. You need that passion. You need that love of what you do. But when it comes to the bank, they're not particularly creative people. So you need a really good plan that your business coach can help you with, to get something ready for them, that what they expect to see.
Right. And I know, I'm sure that there's some other areas that you'd be able to help out businesses with, not just startups, but others like, established businesses, things like legal support. A lot of businesses, they need legal. I know you guys don't provide legal counseling, I'm sure, right?
Right. That's unfortunate. I wish I had a lawyer on staff, but that's
Yeah.
one thing we don't have. We do a lot of strategic planning with people with have existing businesses. We help with some succession planning. There's going to be a lot of businesses here soon that are going to change hands just because of the demographics of the country
Yep.
retiring.
Yep. And what about things like insurance? I mean, if somebody's got like a vehicle, like a fleet of vehicles, like their personal liability insurance isn't going to take care of that, right?
Oh no, and to have a business in the state of West Virginia, you've got to have insurance. So these are the little things that people don't think about. They think, well, I've got insurance, I'll just start my business. When meeting with a coach, like I said, just for even for one time, just to answer some questions would can save you a lot in the future. There are a lot of little steps in there that we educate people on, because unfortunately, if you've never run a business, there you don't really learn about a lot about running a business growing up. So
Right.
that's where we come in.
Right. Well, Will, I want to thank you again for being on here with us, and I want to ask you: is there anything you would like to leave us with before we hop off here today?
The one thing I want everyone to know is, whether it is an idea or whether you've had an existing business for a while, we can help you out. It's completely no cost to you. I really encourage everyone who's even interested in just talking to a coach to go to our website, West Virginia or WVSBDC.com. You can sign up to be a free client there. And like I said, even if you just have a couple questions, we'd love to help you out.
Awesome. And then I'll put that link in the comments and in the description of the podcast and everything so that you can check it out right there. Okay.
Sounds great.
All right. Will, I appreciate it. Hang on just a second. I'll be right back. Okay.
All right. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to check that out. And listen, if you know anybody that needs any help, this is a great resource that we have available in West Virginia and in the Kanawha Valley. If you're a hustler, if you've got a business and you're trying to, take it to the next level, or you got an idea for a business and you need, what do you need to get it off the ground? The SBDC has everything there that you need to get started. And I mean, it's totally free. It's a free service. So you really don't have a reason not to use it. So I want to thank you for watching. Be sure to check out, click on the link to the Up Next Charlie West presentation so you can be sure to register for that. I want to thank you for watching today. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye for now.